Hi friends, it's Gwen, and today I am reaching back in the vault once again for a Top 5 Wednesday topic. Today's topic are the top 5 books that I struggled to finish. Now, the reason why I'm filming this one is because I usually power through books even when they're hard, and if it's so hard that I didn't finish it, I don't even know what to say for the book. But there are 2 books that I have not finished. Because usually, even if the book stinks, I'll just power through it. I'm like, you know what? You can't even pick up another book until you're done with this one. So, yeah. I was able to pick a top 5. I have some unpopular choices on my top 5. Don't hate me. Sorry if my list offends you. But yeah, so top 5 books I struggled to finish / did not finish. Coming in at number 5, it's gonna be an unpopular one, sorry, was Will Grayson by John Green and David Leathan. I'm not even gonna try. So Will Grayson, John Green, and David L. And this book, usually I fly through John Green books. That's why I ended up picking this one up, because I'm trying to have the complete John Green, every book that he's ever written, because I think he's a great author. This is, of course, one of the early ones. This one came out copyright 2010, so 4 years old. But I don't know, it just felt so old. I know the 2 authors tried to divide, one took the one Will Grayson and the other took the second Will Grayson, and they kind of just took turns writing, and they didn't necessarily know where the story was going to go. It felt that way. It felt like it was leading in one direction and then it went to another direction. And I've even read reviews from other authors that love this book, and they love Tiny, and I couldn't stand Tiny. I didn't like any of the characters in this book. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I struggled to finish this one. So I read it, I finished it, and there were I have a couple marks, things that I did like in the book, but it was a struggle. So yeah, sorry. Coming in at number 4, I have talked about this before. I loved the first book. The second book was a little eh. And then this book, it just threw me through a loop. I have no idea why the series took the turn that it did. I was hoping it wasn't going to take some weird turn, and it totally did. And that is Allegiant by Veronica Roth. It may be not a popular choice to say that I struggled with this book, but I absolutely did. I'll say it again. First book, amazing. Absolutely loved it. It was on my list of books to recommend to people, but the second one was really thick, and I was going through a lot of other stuff at the time, so maybe that's why I struggled through the second one. Plus the storyline was kind of not what I was expecting in the second book, and by the time I got to this book, it's another 400 page book. Oh, sorry, 500. Maybe I don't even know the size. 526 page book. And I don't really think it had anything to do with the size. Like I said, the story just took a really weird turn for me. And it had some really good parts. And I'm glad it didn't have I'm glad that it didn't have the ending that I thought it was going to have. But at the same time, I wish the story wouldn't have taken that, the plot wouldn't have gone that way. I wasn't upset about the ending, but I was upset about what happened. I don't know. I'm trying not to give anything away in case people haven't read it. But yeah, it just took a really weird turn for me. So, sorry. Coming in at number 3, a lot of you probably have not even read this book, and that is Unwanted by Christina Holson. I don't know how to say her name. It's a foreign book. This book, it's not even that thick. It's not even that long. It's only 353 pages. I started reading this book. I got maybe, less than 100 pages into it. And I literally marked it and read so many other books. I mean, I think I probably went a year without picking this book up again. The author is, let's see, I think she's Swedish. Yeah, it was originally published in Sweden in 2009. And then, so it's been translated, and so the writing kind of bothered me a little bit. The story was very intriguing, but I don't know, so I put it down for a very long time, and then like I said, I don't really like leaving books just lying around. I really do try to give them a chance. So I ended up picking it up. I was like, okay, before I start reading all these other books, I need to finish this book. I need to get it out of the way. So I started over, and I read the whole thing again, and it was okay. It was just, I don't know if it was the language. The story was really good, but maybe it was the whole foreign-ish book or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I really struggled to read this. Sorry. Okay, the last 2 books I have not finished. I do not know if I will go back and read them. I'm sorry. Coming in at number 2, I picked The Intimates by Ralph. I don't know how to say his last name. Sasson. I don't know. Anyway, this book sounds really good. It's a super skinny book. It's only 247 pages. Yeah, 247 pages. And I tried to read this during the About Books 11 readathon because I figured, it's a small book. I'd like to feel accomplished, so I picked skinny books. I got to page 52 after, I think, 2 days or a day and a half or something like that. And I was just like, I struggled. 52 pages in a day and a half. That's what I read before I go to bed. 50-some pages, 100-some pages. But the story sounded good, and it had interesting parts. And it wasn't so much the writing. I don't know what it was. It was just, I don't know. I struggled so much so that I put it down and I picked up another book and I zoomed right through it. So I don't know if I'll go back to it or not. I have tons of other books that I can read, and the covers, I like the cover a lot though. Consolidation prize. And coming in at number 1, coming in at number 1, you're either going to love this book or have not read it. I think everybody that reads it, I don't know, let me think. If you've read this book, you probably love it, and I feel like if I could power through this book, then I would love it too, because I loved the movie and the movies after. But I've never been a big fan of fantasy, so it's the writing style and the words, the type, I don't know, it's just, can you guess what I'm talking about? Yes, that is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. I borrowed this from my fiance's dad. As you can tell, it's like super old. Like, I think it's from the 60s. Let me look. I think 1973, so before I was born. So this book is older than me. I mean, this actual copy of this book is older than me. I think this is obviously my fiance's father read this, and this is the copy that his brother read and he has read. And I actually had to tape the spine because it was coming apart, and I didn't want to like ruin it, but it's like all beat up. I think it's so pretty. Like, I love the artwork, but I couldn't do it. To be honest, I don't even know how far I am into it. Basically, I think they convinced Bilbo to go on the adventure, and they had just kind of set out, and I think they ran into like the giants or the whatever they're called. I can't even find it. But yeah, in the movie The Hobbit, my favorite part was the beginning, because I love like the Hobbit's world and their houses and stuff like that. I would like to say that I'm gonna go back and read it. It's only 287 pages, and it's an old paperback, which I love. I do love it. I do love the story of The Hobbit, and I love Lord of the Rings. I have those, but I haven't even attempted to read those, because my plan was to read this and then read the Lord of the Rings in order, since I have all three. The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and The Return of the King. But if I can't get through this, I'm probably not going to get through Lord of the Rings. So there's that. So these are my books that I have struggled / have not finished. Have you been able to read The Hobbit? Was it great? I'm sure it was. Everybody raves about this book. I've read so many reviews. I love the movie. It's like a part of history almost, I feel like, and I really want to read it. So I'll definitely try this one before I pick up this one again, just because I don't know what it was about that. But all these books I really did struggle to finish. So have a great day. Bye.